Hello and welcome to this transfer update slash general update regarding what's been happening at Blues over the last few days. And based on what I've seen off of social media and what other Blues fans would have seen, there have been some certain stories that have been dominating our headlines. And the one to start off with for me is the transfer of Hwang Chan. This is one that is picking up a bit of steam. It's kind of extinguished by Birmingham Live posting that we wouldn't be able to manage the finances of Hwang and it would be a bit too ambitious. But then again, with Knighthead, what is too ambitious, right? So I'm not 100% ruling out this deal, but it's very much one that has caught the interest of Blues fans and other just international fans alike, because obviously Blues have dipped into the Asian market this transfer window with Kanya Fujimoto and Kyogo joining, and also with Peiken Iwata in the midfield. Obviously, them two have been excellent for us, haven't they? So it seems as if we're succeeding in the Asian market. Obviously, Yokoyama didn't quite work out the way that we wanted to, but Hwang would be a superb player for Blues, especially in the Championship, right? Because he performed very well for Red Bull Salzburg and Red Bull Leipzig before coming over to England and joining Wolves, where he's been for the last few years. But as we've seen with the Wolves manager, Vitor Pereira, there are some players that are in the Wolves picture that are kind of not to his taste, as why Tommy Doyle was joined on loan from Wolves, and Hwang could be the second player from Wolves to join Birmingham this window. And there's definitely interest from Birmingham, but whether we can get the deal over the line and be able to finance it is a different issue. And it's very reminiscent, isn't it, of the Jay Stansfield dilemma that we had, where a lot of people said that we wouldn't be able to complete the finances, yet we did. So yeah, I'm not 100% ruling out this deal, and it most likely would be a loan deal with an option to buy. But I'm sure this is a saga that may drag on for the next week or two as we see the news that develops regarding Hwang Chan. And also, Wolves has just signed someone in his position named John Arias from Brazil. So it could be that with Wolves bringing in a player in his position, that there may leave room for departure. So it could be that Hwang joins Birmingham. But then again, there's a lot of players that I feel like we've got to get off the books, because with the squad sizes and the way that it works out at the moment, apparently we've got 29 first team players registered to the club. So it means that we have to get rid of some to comply with the 25 that is listed within the EFL regulations. So yeah, there's going to be a couple of players go out through the door before new players come in, I reckon. And one of them is likely to be Bailey Peacock-Farrell, who is being linked with a move to Steve Bruce's Blackpool. And yeah, Peacock-Farrell hasn't quite worked out for him at Birmingham, has it? He started off the last season as number one, but was quickly replaced by Ryan Alsop, who was superb in goal for us. So I think with Peacock-Farrell, a fresh start would be best for him, as he's still a player with lots of potential, but I don't think it will be in a Birmingham City shirt, and it will likely be elsewhere. And a move to League One, I think, would be good for the career of Peacock-Farrell, so he can get regular minutes to try and force his way back into the picture regarding the Northern Ireland national team. And another transfer that's occurred is Manny Longello has moved to Motherwell on a permanent deal. One that I think showed glimmers of potential, didn't he, under John Eustace, initially to start off with, playing as a wing back. I remember that goal he scored against QPR when we beat them 2-0 in the John Eustace era. And I remember he came in at left back to replace Lee Buchanan when he got his first injury in some crucial wins against Huddersfield and West Brom before Eustace was sacked. And I think that with Longello moving to Motherwell, again, like Peacock-Farrell, I feel like it's a good level in terms of getting regular minutes and forging a career for himself. So best of luck to Manny Longello, and wish him all the best for the future. The first-year scholars have also signed on 15 first-year scholars, which is good for the future. And it was nice to see at this event that Chris Davis and Jeremy Dale and some other senior figures at Birmingham were involved in this ceremony. And yeah, the 15 players that signed on, one of them is Lorenzo Greer, aka Tekker's kid. Some people might know him from his YouTube channel, 1.7 million subscribers. And throughout his youth journey, he's been a Blues man. And yeah, now he is signed on to be a scholar. And apparently he's a box-to-box midfielder. Could be the next Jude Bellingham, you never know. But it's exciting times regarding some of the players that we signed on now for this scholarship deal, and the fact that we're now a Cat 1 status academy as well. It's nice to see this gap bridge, I guess, between that academy and first team football, because I think it's promising to see, say, for instance, Zaid Betteka get minutes in pre-season alongside a lot of the other guys that came in the second half against Sevilla, to show that there really is a pathway between the academy and the first team. And I feel like that's going to be integral to our success, because I know there's been millions pledged to West Hills to regenerate that area, because I feel like it needed some love, didn't it, after some of the incidents that happened there. But it's promising to see these scholars signed on, and hopefully they'll have some good careers in a blue shirt. And for us tonight, we've got Solihull Moors in the Arthur Cup. It's the fourth Arthur Cup, I believe, as Solihull Moors won the first one and then we won the next two, obviously for a cause representing charities throughout the West Midlands, including the NSPCC. And it's an occasion, to raise money for charity. And I think with the game itself, regarding the first half 11 and second half 11, we could see something like that transpire again. I imagine Kyogo is going to get some minutes in a blue shirt, which is exciting because he's the transfer that for me is the most exciting of the window. Damari Gray, I think it may still be a bit too early for him as he's on his different program. And I found it interesting to see Chris Davis speak about the different programs that a lot of these players are on that are coming back from injury or are now trying to get minutes, regular minutes in a first team squad, because I feel like each player's on their different program, aren't they, to try and get match ready. And with Brightside Samuel playing a few minutes in Sevilla and Tommy Doyle only playing 25 minutes. And these are guys that, being phased into first team football. So I imagine by the time that Ipswich game comes around, these guys are going to be ready to feature for us within the first team and maybe even start as well. And I'm sure that we'll learn a bit more about the squad after tonight's game against Solihull Moors. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Blues fans there. I imagine Tommy's going to be there. So go up to him and say hi, because he is now back in England after his travels with Jack around Europe. And that vlog is going to be out very shortly. So I'm very much looking forward to watching that. And I'd encourage you guys to watch it as well, because I know that a lot of time and effort has been put into producing this vlog and, financing all the travel and the time spent editing. So please make sure to watch that video when it comes out on this channel. We are closing in on 6,100 subscribers. So we are rapidly increasing in our followership. So I much appreciate if you guys could subscribe, like this video, comment regarding what transfers you think could happen and who you think may need to depart in order to make up for room for more transfers. And also check out this blog. I'm going to attach it in the description below. Made by Tom Brady. He wrote it based on the documentary that's coming out and what he's found out about Birmingham as a city and the importance of community as well. And it's a great read, which I'd encourage you guys to click on the link in the description below to see what he says about the documentary and about what he's found out regarding the city of Birmingham. So like, share, comment and subscribe. We'll keep you up to date on all the stuff, all things pre-season. I'm sure we'll have another podcast coming out soon where you guys can send in some questions. I'd love to do it live to be able to interact with you guys as well. So be sure to stay tuned for that and keep right on.